Hi, I'm Kim Drumgo, and I'm here with Jennifer Elder, who just finished a great presentation on leading up, partnering with your boss. And so today we're going to talk about what that partnering means and how we as employees can help support our bosses and partner with our bosses, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about why you talked about partnering with your boss in the presentation.
Well, I think a lot of times we think about my boss is here and I'm down here.
Right.
And I work for them, they tell me what to do. So it's really a one-way viewpoint. But the reality is, for the boss to win, we need to partner with them.
Right.
It should be a two-way street where we help them, they help us, and we sink or swim one way or the other as a team.
Right. And so during your presentation, which was amazing, by the way, he gave some really good stories, and it was very personable and it was very relatable as well. But during the presentation, you talked about 5 different things that we need to be aware of in order to partner with our boss. So the first one, I think, was knowing yourself.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what we need to know about ourselves to partner with our boss.
Well, the first step is you have to understand you. What are your strengths?
Right.
And I really believe that we have to focus on what we're good at, not the weaknesses. People always say, shore up your weaknesses. Well, as you heard me say, I transpose numbers. You can tell me to work on that all day long and it's not going to change. So instead of focusing on that, I focus on the fact that I'm much better at the big picture. So if you know what you're really good at, then you can help start to figure out where you add value to your boss.
Right. And a part of knowing yourself and adding value to your boss is knowing your boss.
Yes, that's step 2.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Is know your boss. You've got to understand the same thing. What do they? What are their strengths?
Right.
What are their weaknesses? We tend to know exactly what their weaknesses are. That's where we really want to jump in and say, "Oh, let me help you." But you also need to understand, what's your boss afraid of? Because that's where they do really need some help. So learning what they don't like, what they're afraid of, but you can't run out and ask them, so tell me what you're afraid of.
Right.
Bosses are not going to tell their subordinates, this is what scares me. But they will use words like, this concerns me, or I'm worried.
Okay.
And then if you listen, you hear that, and that's sort of a hint as to, let's see if I can figure out how I can solve that for them.
Right. And so there was a third step, and that third step is knowing your entity.
Yes.
Knowing the organization you're working with.
Yes, because ultimately our success is when we make the organization better. So we have to remember, it's not just about us. It's not just about what our boss would like to be successful. What makes the entity successful?
Right.
That's really where the ultimate value add is when they all come together.
Right.
And that's the fourth step.
Yes.
Is finding the fit.
Good.
So
yes.
where do your strengths offset your boss's weaknesses, and that's the point where it makes the organization better.
Right.
So again, I'll use myself as an example. If I'm not good with detail, yet I'm the CFO of an organization, I need somebody working with me who can handle those details in a way that helps move the organization in the direction they want to go.
Right.
So it's not just any details. It's the ones that really help me look good, which makes the organization look good.
Right. And it also makes your boss look good.
Yes.
Right? So knowing that is very important. So it almost sounds like we need to put a little bit of ourselves to the side, but knowing ourselves, knowing our boss, recognizing the organization's needs is, all 3 of those come into very, significant play, right? Okay. And
Absolutely.
then finding your fit. And then last, you talked about asking, acting, and delivering.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what that means.
What that means is, don't be passive in your organization. If you find a fit, if you know that you can help your boss, and this would actually help them help the department achieve its goals, which helps the organization achieve its goals, ask for it.
Okay.
And not just come up and say, I can do this better than you.
Right.
But how would it be if I took on this job for you? Bank reconciliation or this analysis or whatever it is. Look for those things that your boss doesn't like to do.
Right.
The things that they procrastinate on are a hint that they don't like to do
That's true.
And say, well, how about if I help you with that,
Yeah.
would that make your life easier? Because I think that ultimately is the employee's job, is make your boss look good,
Right.
but make their job easier.
That's right.
And none of us has enough time in the day to do what we need to do. So if you come to me and say, hi, boss, I see that maybe I could help you with A, B, or C, maybe that would give you some time to work on the things that you'd like to work on. Oh, how do I say no to that?
Right.
That would be great.
I would never say no to that, to be quite honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great
But if somebody
win-win.
just comes up and says, I want to learn how to do this, that's a different setup.
Right.
And it's much easier for me to say no.
Right.
But if you put it in a way that works for me, or as I like to say, the WIFM, what's
Right.
in it for me?
Right.
If you find something that's in it for me, it's much harder for me to say no, even though there really is something in it for you too.
Right. Well, let's talk about that. So we talked about what's in it for the boss, but in the long run, if you're really partnering with your boss, leading up, supporting them, making them look good, what then comes after that?
Well, if you make your boss look good, they're going to move up in the
Right.
organization.
Right.
Now, if they know that you have their back and you're part of the group that really made them look good, why would I leave you behind?
Exactly.
I'm going to bring you
Exactly.
with me. And one of the things I like to say is that we don't promote people because I think you can do the job. I promote you because you're already doing it. So if you're already doing some of my job, then that little vacuum that I just left, there's going to be an easy
Right.
fit.
Yeah.
Because I can start looking at the job description and say, oh, we need somebody who can do A, B, and C, and oh, wait, Kim does all that.
Right.
Well, why not promote her?
Right, right. And that makes it easy because not only have they been doing the job, but they've also gained your trust.
Yes.
And you talk a little bit about trust in your presentation. So how does that play into this equation as well?
The trust, part of what I said was that you have to ask, you have to act, and deliver. So you ask for what it is that you would like. You'd be amazed at how often your boss will say yes
Right,
if you frame it in what's in it for them.
right.
Then you have to act on it and deliver a high quality result.
Right.
And if you do that, how can I not trust you?
Right.
You've
Right.
delivered, you did it on time, you did it to the quality that I expected. So now you've got credibility, you've just demonstrated you're accountable.
Right.
How can I not trust you? So the next time I have a concern or something that maybe I'm a little nervous about and I need some help with it, but I don't know who to ask,
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the person who delivered
Right.
the last time because
That's
I
right.
say I can trust you to do the job, so let me keep giving you things. So you ask, act, and deliver the first time, you'll be amazed at you don't quite have to ask as often
That's right.
going forward.
It's going to come right to you.
Yes, exactly.
This is a great conversation. Really great 5 points that you gave us on leading up and partnering with your boss. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
It was a
It's a-
pleasure listening to your presentation and having this conversation with you today.
Thank you very much.